Well, well, well. What can I possibly say about the whole Donald situation that hasn't already been said, fantasized about, um, questioned about from every other reader on the planet? I mean, it is crazy out there. I would say most readers tend to agree that he is actually sick. But I just stumbled across a reader or two and heard some very popular readers. I understand that they think that this is all a plot, that he's not sick. Um, I will share with you what I got. I definitely get that he's sick, but something is up. But before I get into my little oracle session, which is really short, there are some things that I kind of want to say. The first thing I want to say is I I didn't have to throw the coins or the dice or pull cards to ask if he was truly sick. Was something up? Because when he made that first video of him leaving the White House, where he, just before he boarded the helicopter, wow, that was such a video. There was a moment in there, and I'm wondering if you felt it, because I surely did. The moment when he said, "I think I'm okay," and he shrugged his shoulders, it was as if an arrow shot right at me, right into the heart, and I suddenly was filled with fear, anxiety, and utter vulnerability. That I was feeling his feelings in that moment where he said, "I think I'm okay." That was the truest, most authentic Donald expression, maybe Donald the little boy expression. He was at the height of vulnerability, and I felt absolute compassion for him because he's frightened, or he was frightened, okay, in that very moment. And he's still frightened. He doesn't like hospitals, he doesn't like doctors. I don't blame him, but he's frightened. Now, of course, his ego is going to come in and do all the defense mechanisms, but I'm telling you, he's frightened. And in that moment, I had so much compassion for him. And I'm sure you do too. But to say that he's faking this for some uh, plot for him to leave and to have Pence, I just don't see it. First of all, that would just be like a huge orchestration with so many people that I just think simply you can't get that many people to keep their mouth shut, and play a role. So I'm not buying it. And what else did I want to say on this topic? I don't know the laws or the thing about presidents and their health, but it really kind of makes me a little sick. Like, remember I said something disgusting, it would feel disgusting this month. Well, how I felt disgusted is with all these reporters whining and complaining about not getting the personal details of Donald Trump's health concerns, health details. He may be the president of the United States, but not. I just truly don't believe not one of us has any right to know the private details of someone else's health records and health details. It's none of our business. And just because he's the president doesn't mean that he should divulge everything. It's none of our business. The doctors have the right to come out and go, "He's doing well, he's recovering. And we gave him some medicine. Okay, he's doing great." That's all we need to know. And just basically also because of security reasons. If they come out and said, "Yeah, he's really rocky right now," well, you're saying that for the whole world to hear. So it just kind of makes me sick how kind of, is it salacious that these reporters are acting and how, indignant they are that they're not getting all the details of this health information. Um, it's my opinion. It's none of their fucking business. There, I said it. I'm probably completely wrong. There's probably some standards of being the American president and should divulge everything, but it just doesn't feel right. Feels awful. And another thing I wanted to say is all of us, a long time ago when I started talking about Trump and how I had this revelation, I had a sympathetic experience of him and how I ended up having all this compassion, like really understanding him. And that I just thought how wrong it was for all these quote unquote spiritual people and readers calling him such horrible names, that it has a physical effect on people. Sticks and stones do break your bones. No, sorry, words do hurt you, but words will never hurt you. That's not correct at all. Words do hurt. Words carry an energetic frequency. And they're called, the I Ching and the teachings call it like poison arrows. You're sending poison arrows. I know when someone is thinking negative thoughts about me or is projecting an image on me like, oh, she's so emotional or something, because I feel it in my body. When you get sudden aches and pains like that come out of nowhere, someone is thinking something of you that's strong enough that has an effect. It's entered into your aura and it's glommed onto perhaps some of your other thought forms, that it's strong enough to have a physical effect. Okay. This is why curses work. Okay. Anyway, so my point is, in saying all this, sorry, I got on my soapbox, is that we all bear responsibility. And not that anybody cares, because he's like the most hated man on the planet, right? But so many people have been throwing such horrible words at this man that here it is. Yeah, he's manifested. He's in the hospital. He's scared. You've done it. Are you proud of yourself? Okay. Sorry. I'll step off my soapbox now. Okay. Anyway, thank goodness that the universe is a just universe. And I know that if you've been slinging those horrible words and wishes and hatred towards any person, I know that you're getting it right back at you. So there you go. Okay, sorry. Sometimes I do have something to say. So what did I get? My little oracle session on Trump. I did tune into him yesterday, and at that moment in time when I tuned into him, he was in the bed, he was on oxygen, but this kind of the cannula oxygen, not this kind. And he was getting an infusion of something, and he felt, alert and good, but definitely in serious, I wouldn't say serious, moderate to serious condition, like they're concerned. Anyway. So the big question, is Trump really sick? Yes, I got that several times. And of course, I almost didn't need to ask. Now, here's where it got a little wonky. I asked if he got, let me see here. I asked if he had COVID, and I was getting wrong question. And I kept asking, does he have COVID? And I don't, let me back up. Let me just go to my list here. What I get is that he has the coronavirus, got a yes on that, but I'm not getting a clear answer on whether it's gone to the COVID stage of sickness. Like, I don't know if you could have the coronavirus and it not develop into a full-blown COVID thing, although it appears that it is, but something's off there. But he's definitely sick, and he definitely has the coronavirus. Whether that manifests into an actual full-blown COVID episode, it's irrelevant, right? Okay. Is Trump in serious health condition? Yes. I mean, hot. Yes, yes, yes. When I asked about other health issues, Sage wouldn't, like all the questions I asked regarding trying to go deeper into someone's health condition, the dice would not answer me at all. So this is kind of where I thought it's really none of my business, but it doesn't appear. Yeah. So I wasn't getting answers whether the coronavirus or this was being triggering other health issues. I don't really know what's going on, but he's definitely sick. He has coronavirus and something's going on, and it's serious. And then I asked several times because everyone's speculating and getting cards that, it's the death card or whatever. And even I got kind of like the abyss card for him. So I'm hoping he's not going to swirl into the abyss this month or soon. But I get he's going to survive. And I got that several times, very clear. I get that the medicine remdesivir, I don't know how to say it, was that effective treatment? Hot, yes. So it's a good medication. Other experimental treatments effective on Trump? Yes. And then I was asking, I thought in the beginning they said that they gave him convalescent plasma or some kind of plasma transfusion. And I'm getting like very weak answers like yes, no, mostly no. So I don't know if he actually got it, but I'm sensing if he did, it wasn't really effective, or perhaps it hasn't, maybe it takes a while for it to become effective. But anyway, the treatments that he's using seem to be effective and perhaps may turn out to be promoted in the public for use of the public. I'm not sure about those strong steroids. I didn't ask about those because at the time I didn't know about it. Okay. Let me put this on pause for a second. I've lost my place. Sorry about that. I didn't want this to be too long. So I was kind of asking, is Trump experiencing his come to Jesus moment? No. However, and then I asked, but is the sickness softening his heart? Yes. Hot, yes. And you can feel that. You may not see that, but I can feel it empathetically or sympathetically. It has softened his heart, at least for the moment when he was in the hospital and tweeting those thank yous. He really meant it. It really came from his heart. So this is somehow softening his heart just a bit. However, I asked, will this change his attitude and behavior? No, because, momentary sense of weakness, it's just a momentary lapse there. I asked, is Trump considering stepping down? And I got a really warm, weak yes. And then I thought, well, he's probably not considering it on his own, but I wonder if others are talking to him about this. And I asked, are others, talking to him about this? Yes. His family is not. I got to know about his family, like Jared and Ivanka. They're kind of saying no, but others around him. And I asked, will he? And I kind of got it no, or it's not a relevant question. Okay, so I asked, will he, on this, in hearing about him going back to the White House on Monday, today, I can't believe he's going to go back. But if he does, I suppose they have a full, robust staff of medical personnel, but I can't see it happening. And neither does the Sage. Does he go back to the White House this week? And I got a straight out no. Remain at Walter Reed for this week, or at least most of the week? Yes. Will this be a long battle to recovery? Yes. Hot, hot, hot. Are the doctors telling him he's too sick to campaign? Yes. Are doctors saying to him he's too sick to be president, to kind of fulfill presidential duties? Yes. Has Mike Pence been notified to stand by? Well, yes, of course. I mean, that was a dumb question. Is Mike Pence already acting as president? Now, I think that, they probably, during those critical times, if that actually happened with Trump, when he was low on oxygen or during some times. I have a feeling like Pence was sitting by the phone, or they were like, Pence, you're president now. Hold on. And then 2 hours later, okay, he's back. So I think at some point, Mike Pence was president. We would never know these things, but he's like on standby. He's got the red phone there or here. Okay, I'm being silly. I've had a weird morning, so pardon me. I just kind of asked Melania, has a mild, I'm getting some weak answers, like again, like none of your business. Melania has a mild thing, warm. Are they severe, warm? Is Melania getting treated with medical intervention? Yes. So it could, that could mean anything. It could mean, saline. Maybe she's also getting treatment, but she might have a little bit more than just mild. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me pause again. Okay. I couldn't read my writing. I asked, is this a serious health risk for Melania as well? Yes. So you never know. I mean, I suppose if you've got coronavirus or symptoms of COVID, I think there needs to be a delineation. There has to be, like, can you have an active case of coronavirus and it not turn into COVID-19? I don't know. I don't know what the guidelines are there. But anyway, it is serious for Melania as well. I suppose serious for anybody who gets it. And then I asked this question just based on other readers saying that they're looking for, Pence to take over. I said, are they looking for alternative presidential candidates? No. Okay. And going back to when he was definitely sick at the debate, I got a hot yes. Did he know? He didn't know he was sick. However, he did know that he had a positive coronavirus test at the debate. So he just didn't really know he was sick. Now, yeah, he was sweating, and maybe that was the first signs of beginning of a temperature. But, sometimes you just don't know. I mean, we've all been like, oh, I'm feeling, maybe it's just I'm amped up about the debates. Maybe he really didn't know he was sick, but he knew he was positive. I asked, did he secretly want to infect Biden? And I got a yes. I don't know. I don't know if that's really true, but probably is true. He was aware that he was contagious, and I got a warm yes. I think he knew that he knew he had the coronavirus, that he tested positive, but there's this like warm, yeah, I kind of knew he was contagious, but not really, because he really didn't think he was sick, kind of thing. Oh yes, and then I asked, did he sincerely think that he would be safe? And I got a yes, a very solid yes. He really thought he was going to be safe. Anyway, we'll see if he gets checked out of Walter Reed. I don't see him leaving today or tomorrow, but predictions are wonky, as my other video will talk about. But he's definitely sick. Something's going on. And God, what a wild ride. It's all exciting. Like, I hope you have your popcorn. And let's not hope that he falls into the abyss. Until next time.